I was there. I was looking in there for how many minutes already, and I couldn't figure it out how to flush it, and I'm ashamed to go out because I can't flush it. There's a poop in there, and I couldn't even flush it. So I need to look for it. So I have no choice. I go out and look for Adam, and I ask, "Where's the flush? How come there is a toilet, but there's no flush at all?" He said, "There. Up there." Mayang adlaw everyone, welcome to Pamilyang Pordoy vlog.
Today we're going to talk about when Michelle went to UK. We managed to get a visa for Michelle to visit for a couple of months, so we went back to visit the family and some friends, and for Michelle to just to see where I come from, basically.
Yeah, which is very important.
And so during this vlog, Michelle's just going to explain a few things, a few differences, or just her basic experience of what happened and how she felt when she was there and the things we did. We're going to talk about some of the differences between the Philippines and the UK, some of the culture shocks and the culture differences, and hopefully we'll keep it entertaining as well. So, all right, let's get into it. First off, if you're new to this channel, please give us a like and a subscribe. It all helps. The subscribe button down below and stuff like that. You know how it works. Okay, all right, we'll get into it. I think the first thing we need to talk about is the weather. I mean, the weather is a bit of a difference from the Philippines to England. And when we first got off the plane, what did you think anyway?
We're still on the plane, and then when we arrived to the airport, it's still okay. And then we went to the underground train. But when we go out that underground train, I'm freezing. It's like my finger I couldn't move it anymore. It's like that all the time. I said, no, I need gloves.
When she met up with my mum, eventually, my mum taught her how to knit, and she picked it up really well. So she's been knitting woolly hats and gloves, not gloves, but yeah, a lot of woolly hats basically. Next, I think the cost of everything is a lot different. Things are very cheap over here, obviously, but when you get to England, even I noticed the difference. Actually, when you've been here a long time, and then you go back and you go to a bar, and in London a pint costs £6, which is ridiculous. What did you think?
Yeah, it's very expensive. Everything is expensive in England. Maybe the vegetable is not that much, and you have lots of choices, but yeah, everything costs money in there.
Okay, we'll talk about families. What did you think about meeting my family and stuff like that? Don't laugh.
No, the difference between the families in there and in here is, in here we got a big family, like 10 children. But in the UK you only get 2 children, so it's a very small family. But in here, when you have get together all the time, the extended family, your cousins, everything, that's a get together. But in their place in the UK, just your family.
I got a very small family anyway, so it was just 5 or 6 of us at a time, and I think that's
We're just 5.
Yeah, but when we saw Auntie Chris, there was a few extras there. So, but it's not the usual when you have a birthday or a meet up. There's like 50 people around, and you know, everyone's got to get fed and stuff like that. So it's that's a bit different. Leading on from the family's sort of side of it, I think Michelle was a bit taken back by the care home system as well.
Here in the Philippines, our elders, they stayed with us. They stayed at home. We take care of them. But in the UK, you have to, when they're old, you have to put them in the care home.
Well, you don't have to. But it's easier.
Not everybody, but I guess it's easier for the life of the children to put their parents in the care home. But here in the Philippines, we take care of our parents.
Also, a lot of elderly people in the UK prefer to live on their own sometimes. You know, they like their independence when they're old, and they don't want to live with their kids. So I mean, it's not always like that. I don't really want to say this, but leading on from that sort of subject about the elderly and stuff like that, we went to visit my dad's grave, my dad and my brother's grave actually, because I hadn't seen it for a while. And I think you were shocked by the graveyard system,
Yeah.
the cemetery system.
The cemetery is it's very organized. Unlike here in the Philippines, that our grave is on the top of each other.
Yeah. When I went to the funeral of your stepmother,
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect, and when I turned up at the graveyard,
But
at the cemetery, you see tombs or graves on top of each other, and then the builders are there to block it off once the body's put into the tomb, and then it's the builders there making a wall to block it off. It's surreal. For me, it's surreal. Obviously, for the Filipinos, it's normal.
it's normal.
But yeah, I think our cemetery system's a lot more linear and organised. So. I think the next one we'll talk about is the healthcare system, which is a big issue here in the Philippines. I've been here for a couple of years now, and I can see firsthand that it's a massive problem. I just don't understand the idea of paying for your health, because living in England, you don't have to pay for it pretty much. What do you reckon?
I'm very happy in England because your medication, your hospitalization, it's for free. But in here in the Philippines, you need to pay for everything. It's very expensive. That's the massive difference.
Yeah, God bless the NHS. Seriously,
That's true.
you don't
Do not privatize it.
you don't realise how much you benefit from it when you start having to pay for your healthcare. And
Yeah.
trust me, it's a big issue here. So.
Yeah, you're very lucky. You're very lucky in there.
The roads. How'd you find the roads?
Yeah, the roads in the UK 10% better in here.
10%.
I mean 90%.
Yeah.
Or 100%.
Yeah.
It's massive difference really. In the Philippines, nobody will going to stop in the pedestrian lane. Nobody.
Yeah, the pedestrian crossings she's talking about. The nobody stops here.
No one is stopping.
Much to my anger. It's very civilised in England. That's what she's trying to say. I mean, everywhere is pretty much civilised. We understand we understand the road rules, and in the Philippines, it's a crazy place. That's a whole new bunch of videos that is coming up shortly as well. Okay, food, restaurants, parties, eating. What do you reckon? What's the difference?
Foods are really good.
Restaurants, what do you think?
Restaurant, yeah, it's nice. It's really nice in there. But yeah, it's expensive, but it's nice. And what I also encounter is just there's so many pub in there.
Lots of pubs.
Lots of pubs, but not in the Philippines. I mean, there is maybe in the cities, but not here in Ormoc.
Yeah, here in Ormoc, there's a couple of small bars, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah,
But in England,
it's everywhere.
but in England, it's a pub culture. It always has been, or probably always will be. And I think you were shocked at how often we go to the pubs and the states that people get into.
Yeah.
When she met my friend, sorry, Andy, I've got to do this. But when I first introduced her to my friends, bless him, Andy, he was very excited. We got a few beers in lunchtime, and you know what lunchtime drinking does to people. And by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m, see you later, boy. See you later. Sorry, mate. But I think you were surprised at how much the girls drink there, aren't you?
Yeah. The girls in the UK, they drink too much.
Bless you, English girls.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they do drink a bit. Well,
Not
they drink more than the Filipino girls.
Yeah,
let's
it's
just say
true.
that. So. I think another thing Michelle encountered was that when you get invited to someone's house, everything is usually laid on for you. We went to one of my friends, Bruce's house, and obviously Bruce's different. He's got so much food and alcohol set up for everyone. You don't need to. But I was explaining to Shell that usually when you go to someone's house, it's best if you take something. If you take some drinks, sometimes take some food with you. But that's not really heard of here, is it?
Yeah, in the Philippines, the difference is if you're invited in a party or something, just go in there. Just show up yourself.
You don't
You
need
don't
to
need
take
to
anything.
take anything.
And
and
restaurants, isn't it?
Yeah, and in the restaurant, if someone will going to invite you in a restaurant, okay, so the people or the person who invited you, they will pay for you. They will pay for whatever you consume in that restaurant.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's what in here in the Philippines, but in the
Yeah,
UK,
but if we did that,
I was shocked when we have this get together and everybody's paying for their thing.
paying for our own meals and stuff.
Yeah, I was shocked.
Yeah, it's crazy
Oh,
that
shit.
paying for your own meals.
But it's normal.
Yeah, I
in
mean, you
there.
can imagine what it's like in England if you invited 30 people to a restaurant and you had to pay for everyone's beers and food. I think you'd be about $1,000 down. So yeah, that's not going to happen.
It's true.
Supermarkets. Let's talk about supermarkets, shall we?
Yeah, and I was amazed in the UK because in the counter, in the cashier area, it's self-service. Here in the Philippines, it's a big long queue all the time, and in the UK, your supermarket is very big.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing about being in the city centre and stuff like that was the charity shop situation.
Yeah, there's so many charity shop. While in the Philippines, we don't have that one because people in here we will sell our clothes. Okay. Yeah, but in the UK, if you have used clothing, you have to put it
You
in
throw
the
it away, yeah.
you have to put it in the charity shop. Also in where we stay, Marcello's house, the alarm. We don't have alarm in here. Fire alarm ba?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in our house here we don't have that one, but in there is. So if you cook something smoky, it will alarm and your neighbor will gonna come. It's crazy. I was shocked. I don't even know how to turn it off. And then the neighbor came over. Adam is not there. The neighbor came over. What's going on? Is there any fire? I said no. I'm just cooking. I don't know how to turn it off. I was shocked. There's a funny thing when we went to his
Auntie.
Aunt Chris, their toilet, the flush. I was looking for the flush. Where is it? It's a pull
Pull chain.
chain.
Yeah, it's like the cistern's up the top there, and you have to pull the chain. I think
I can't figure it
a
out.
lot of English people know what I'm talking about. But
I was there. I was looking in there for how many minutes already, and I couldn't figure it out how to flush it, and I'm ashamed to go out because I can't flush it. There's a poop in there, and I couldn't even flush it. So I need to look for it. So I have no choice. I go out and look for Adam, and I asked, "Where's the flush? How come there is a toilet, but there's no flush at all?" He said, "There. Up there." That's crazy.
all right, so out of all those things, what was sort of like the main thing that stood out for you? Like the thing that really made you feel good about being in England or UK?
Meeting all your loved ones, your family, your friends, the places that you've been. Like, it's very important to me that I saw all of those things where you grow up, and then your friends as well, being with them, your family, and they love me so much.
Yeah, they did.
So yeah, that made me happy. And
You didn't feel threatened, or you didn't feel out of place or anything. You felt at home.
I feel at home all the time.
Yeah. Okay. What about my friends?
Yeah, they're very nice. They're very nice. Most especially when I meet this little girl, Athena. Yeah, when I met this. So that pushed me over to have my own baby as well.
Yeah, I think she got broody when she met my friend's kid.
It's very
We've been trying for having a baby since we met, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, and it'd been
We end up
it
nothing.
had been 2.5 years, I think, with nothing, and it got me thinking when we was in Cornwall, this place called Menontoll, and basically it's old ruins. I think it's called the Crickstone or something like that. But so I'd heard if you climb through this stone ring, a few times, I think maybe 7 to 10 times, it's like a fertility stone. So if you're trying to have a baby, you climb through this thing, and basically you become pregnant, or I don't know. Yeah.
And I tried it.
And she tried it,
I tried
and nothing happened.
I tried it, and we waited for another 2.5 years, and summer is here.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe this mystical stone in Cornwall got Michelle pregnant. Yeah.
Who knows? Why not?
Or helped Michelle get pregnant. I mean, I had something to do with it. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. That's everything. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like our stuff, like and subscribe. It all helps, you know. I never do this bit right. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, just leave them down below. And yeah, like and subscribe and share the video. It all helps our little channel. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you.